the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling.
Thank God I have a live stream tacky on the show today, because it's pretty much, yeah.
Oh, you're all good, hun. You're all good. Have we
like-
not all had this?
Like,
Over
what's
and over
happening? My assets are gone. I don't have an outro video. Everything is gone.
Tell you what,
everybody.
hi. At a key point, sometime in here, you can just be like, hey, Keely, you take the screen and like lead through some things, and then you can duck off and you can fix it.
This is the
Right?
great thing about having video people on your stream. It's like everything goes up in flames and you're like, hey girl, can you just share something on the
cover?
screen right now? Can you cover for like 2 minutes so I can fix my stuff? Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I got your back. I got your
Oh my
back.
God. Diana is already here. Look at you. You were just waiting for us to go live, didn't you? Diana is
Hi,
one
Diana
of
Lowry.
my regulars that always shows up for the live stream.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
She's amazing. I think you just joined the Facebook group too about a week ago or something. Or was it 2 weeks ago? Time flies. Time flies. While time flies, guys, just a short little admin thingy. We will have a live show next week, so I already pre-scheduled them. You can find them on the channel. You can set your reminder. We'll have a live show next week. I won't be having a live show the 2 weeks after, because I am in my NLP Master Prac training and I'm pretty much in class from 8 till 10. Videos are going out, everything is still happening, but we're just not gonna have a live show because there is no way I can put on a live show with that. Ooh, look, here too. Hey girl. Rafi just joined the Facebook group too. So if you...
Nice.
As I'm losing my voice. Not a good point to already start losing your voice.
Get it together, Evie. Come
Oh
on.
my God. Is it Friday yet? I should have alcohol and bubbly today. Oh, Miss Rose, what are you drinking today?
Unfortunately,
God.
I'm fasting today, so I'm drinking black tea. I know, right? But I have to do it today because tomorrow the Olympics start and I'm already absolutely ruining my sleep schedule and my eating schedule. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to eat today. This will be my fasting day. And yeah, so
You're better than
I
me.
know.
You're better
I'm
than
so
me.
disappointing as a human.
We're gonna have to do another live show with our bubbly. Just saying, we're gonna
Yes,
have to make one with bubbles and all the things. But you brought one good thing up for everybody that does not know Keely, and for everybody that's like me that initially has no ideas what umpires are. And initially, the whole English language, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What are umpires? Do me a favor, you know the spiel. You are doing live shows often enough. For the ones in my audience that have no idea who you are and why you are creating content and what kind of content creation you are doing, I am going to be giving you the stage, maybe, somehow. Yes, I am. Look! Go introduce yourself to the audience.
Wait, I'm going to give myself a cheer.
Yep, you're
Just
giving
like
yourself a cheer. I am so bad today because I am so all over the place. You're going to do
Don't
better
worry.
than
Don't worry. I have all the sound effects already. My favorite one is this one, though. Because when I do live streams, that's what I sound like.
Which one was that? Because it didn't come through to me.
It didn't come through?
No.
Oh. Well, that's going to be a shame.
God damn it.
Maybe DB can let us know if it's coming through on the show or not. We will see. Anyway, it is so nice to be here. My name is Keely Dunn of FH Umpires, hashtag the Umpire Whisperer. I am an international field hockey umpire educator. And this is probably when I should, yeah.
What I'm guessing you're trying to do is...
Yeah, okay, yeah, play that one. That's a good one.
We can use that one. I do have just a couple of audios. Yeah, he is not getting the audio from you either.
Not getting it either. Okay, good to know. I'll sort that out. I had that problem actually on my live stream a few days ago as well. So there you are. But so what I do is I help field hockey umpires all around the world get better. And one of the ways I do that, I have a membership platform where I facilitate a whole bunch of one-on-one mentoring and group discussions, and I publish resources and what I call dead stream videos all the time on certain rules topics and interpretations and things like that. But a lot of my content is live stream Q&As that I do every week. And yeah, part of what I'm doing in ClickUp is organizing my content creation flow so that I can keep a handle on everything. And now this is a real work in progress for me. And that's what we are doing. We are progressing the work today, you and I, Evie, on this. So I'm really, really excited to be here. There you go.
As I'm completely... You gotta love Ecamm. So by the way, guys, what I'm doing behind the scenes, I was literally just going into the Ecamm preview mode because I realized my frame was like looking like crap. It's not that I didn't have everything of this prepped, but yeah. So before we dive into all of this, I want to say hi to everybody for just a second. Lois is in the audience too. All of my ladies are here today. Hi, Ellen. You're a newbie to the... I don't recognize your name yet and face. So, question to you and everybody else. With what drink are you joining us? What are you drinking today? Because usually we do bubblies. Today we are being better. Welcome to the group. Happy to see you in the comment section. David did not see the sound, so let's see. It's like we got the queen of sound effects here and it's not coming through. I'm like, damn it.
Maybe if I bring it on my Rodecaster Pro, let's try this. That works? Okay. So it's just trying to trigger them through my Stream Deck.
There
Duly
we
noted,
go.
friends.
There
Everything's
we go.
gonna be fine.
Now we are talking.
Okay.
Now we are talking. Diet Dew. Oh my God, I haven't had Mountain Dew in a while.
That sounds like that stuff will kill you dead. That just seems like
that was one of the drinks when I moved to the States where I'm like, that was my thing, interestingly enough. Haven't done it in a while though. So
yeah.
Pepsi.
I used to be a big Diet Coke drinker and I would drink tons and tons and tons of it. And then I read some articles and I was training for a big competition as an umpire. And my trainer said, you got to get off that stuff. It's messing your body. And I said, okay, cool. And I quit. And
the interesting thing with diet as, which I know because of my mom, is it was actually invented for diabetic that can't break down regular sugar. That's the reason why we have diet. It has nothing to do with actually being diet. So, yeah, it's, yeah.
Look at David Blackman. Drinking Life Aid, a daily supplement drink. And I've got the... There's your sound effect, Evie. I don't need...
Why I swear everything today is just weird. Where is... Okay. Should be... My comments should be hiding automatically after 10 seconds. We'll see if that goes. Okay. Enough admin complaining for today. With your content creation, as Keely already said, with her content creation, we are in the beginning of that process of building it out for her. With you have a specific process, not like when you've seen my YouTube videos, I always talk about YouTube video, cut them down into micros, do the transcription and everything. That doesn't work for you because your video production pretty much starts with the game.
Yes.
You need to find specific pieces of that game that you are talking about. So that's where your video production is going on. So I know about that much. Explain to the audience, please, what exactly happens in that process, and then we can dive in and work on that a little bit.
Sure. Okay. So this is my clip library building process. So one of the main resources that I use not only to share with my members, but also to create my content, whether it's for the live streams or for a dead stream video or to create a workshop, is that I need these clips from the matches in order to illustrate a particular rule, a particular way of handling a situation, a management technique, that sort of thing. So what I need to do, first of all, is I need to capture the match in whatever way that is. Usually it's a download from my international federation with whom I have an agreement. And then I need to analyze that match and actually go through and make my annotations as to what I want to clip when and what my comments are going to be. Do the actual editing and then fill in the rest of the information that's going to go into my WordPress, my custom post type WordPress system, where I have specific tags that help illustrate or help organize what the clips are all about. And then I need to create a screenshot of the clip. I need to upload everything into WordPress. And then I need to I need to upload everything into Amazon Web Services as well, like the actual video files. And then create all the clip library posts. And then I need to offload everything off Dropbox into the cloud. Was that enough? Is that enough steps there?
Just a few. I'm like, cool. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. So what I'm excited about with ClickUp is that I had been using Trello for quite some time in order to work my processes, but you've been showing me how ClickUp is actually a better way of doing this, but it has required some shifting of my brain. And like I'm cute, but the whole smart thing, still working on it. So that catching up with that process has been good for me, but this is why we're working together and your help showing me how I can get to my end result with a specific, workflow stuff. So yeah, let's get into this.
Love it. And we'll be sharing screen here in just a second. Laura has a question, and I love that you put the Q in front of it. I'm not quite sure, Laura. Can you just put in the question what exactly you are trying to figure out? I think, yes, she is using Amazon Web Services for those files because you don't just want to upload them to WordPress because it's going to deal with your whole website speed and all of that.
Yeah. There's two reasons, Laura, that I use Amazon Web Services. Is speed is the big one, and also cost. So when you offload big file assets like that to a central server that is designed specifically just to serve that, feed the data monster, you can save a ton of money. So my Amazon Web Service bills right now are like $7 a month or something like that. If all of that traffic went through my WordPress website, I would be paying through my nose. absolutely through my nose. So those are the two reasons I use it. And yeah, it's a bit, it gets in depth with how I integrate Amazon Web Services into my clips and things like that. But anyway, it works. It works. But if I had to change it now, oh my gosh, I'd be in so much trouble because it's
there is a lot going on with that. So yeah, she was wondering of how you can utilize Amazon Web Services for commercial purposes. In this case, storing and delivering the videos, because it's going to save you a shit ton of money. And
Yep.
yeah, Laura agrees too. If I hear you ever again saying no.
But you know me, Evie, my ego is like bigger than this screen. So I say those things just as a joke. I enjoy the learning. I love the challenge. And yes, I do know I can learn anything that I put my mind to. So there we wait. There.
One of your girls made it over here.
Yes. Hey, Kat, girlfriend. Hey, girl. Hey, good to see you. She's one of my amazing community members, a mod in YouTube and Discord, and she's fantastic.
Love it.
Wonderful human.
So, do we want to jump into your ClickUp? You want to start there and
Sure.
talk about the structure you have right now? Let's go on that one and get you out of there. Guest screen share. I swear, everything is weird today. This is the one we wanted to have.
Don't worry. Cat's at home watching this going, this looks a lot better than Keely's live streams in terms of organization. There you go.
It's a chaos one today. So let's look into, for the audience that does not know the answer to this question yet, you work a lot in board view, right?
Yes.
You're more of the board view person rather than the list view.
Yes, absolutely. And part of that is just because I've become acclimatized to Trello, but I do like that for me with the clips, each match is its own task. So I can have all of the same tasks and subtasks and checklists and processes for each match, but the match is a self-contained entity, and that really helps me keep things straight in my mind.
And one big thing for you guys in the audience, look at the naming convention. I love Keely for her naming convention, because even me, without knowing what the heck is going on, I know that's the date of the match probably. Then there might be the specific piece that you want to talk about. And then I'm guessing who played who.
Yes. So the W01, for example, in this very first task here, that just indicates it's the first women's match of that event. So in addition to the date, it helps keep games that are in, that get played in a certain order. And this ties into how my international federation names those matches. So it's a common system.
And why I'm pointing that out, guys, naming convention. Naming convention, naming convention, naming convention. Start early. Make sure, even if you change it sooner or later, it doesn't matter. Get your naming convention down.
Yep.
And hi, Eric, great to have you here. With that, you are handling each piece of content as its separate task, right?
Each match is a separate task, and then there's a whole bunch that comes underneath that in terms of all of the subtasks and then the checklists that go along with this. So you and I have worked on this previously, and you helped me sort of move all these things. So these are kind of, each subtask is a stage in my clip production process, and they all get done as a group. And that's why I don't just watch a game, pick out an instance, and then edit it, and then write the description, and then upload it to my website. No, I do each phase together as a group, and that's why it's handy as a subtask. And then I have in each subtask do I have more subtasks? Yes, I guess. I thought I had checklists in there. That these are other steps that I need to do in order to run the entire task.
And that's where we've been talking about on the subtask to the subtask. So the second layer of the subtask. We've been talking in my office hours about, are we going to do this as a subtask with actual stages, or is it just a checklist? Is it done? Is it not done? That's one of the pieces where Keely is cleaning up right now and doing all the things. But as you can see, when she was walking us through the process of getting one of those pieces done, and man, girl, when we started working on this, I'm like, holy cannoli, there is a lot that goes into all of this.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
if you ever want to see how this looks like when it's produced after this live show, go head on over to her YouTube channel. I'm going to link it in the description, because I joined you this week. I joined you this week on a live stream, and man, it's actually fun watching you, even though I barely understand anything of hockey.
That's crazy. Eric comes by too, quite a bit. I think he popped in late on Wednesday, which was really nice. And I mean, I'm so flattered that you pop in and say hi, but I really don't expect anybody to stick around, because as Kat knows, we absolutely get into the weeds of things, and it's very, very nerdy, very specific hockey umpiring talk. And
I love the discussion. I love the discussion. I love how you approach it of, let me think about that. So yeah, guys.
Did you catch the moment where I just sat there for about 5 minutes?
Yes,
just
I did. I'm like, okay, she's really working through this.
I really wanted to give it good consideration. And that's a big part for me in doing live streams, is they are very, very interactive for me. I like to make sure that every question and every statement I get involved with, because we're building a consensus as to how to do things.
Yeah.
I'm not just telling them how to do it. We're building a consensus. And so if the understanding is there and it's mutual, and I'm learning from my audience at the same time.
That's the nice thing about live streams and our type of content creation. So
yeah, absolutely.
I love it. So as you can see, Keely just had it open where she already switched one of the subtasks towards a checklist.
Yes.
So when you are looking at that, the easiest way to make a distinction in your content creation process, do you need an actual status alongside it when you go to the subtask? So especially on the second layer, do you need a status with it? Do you need to be able to say, we are working on this, it needs approval, it needs something else? Then make it a second layer subtask. Is it just a do this, do that, save it here, do it there, then make it a checklist? Because checklist is literally just done, check it off.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So,
and you can combine them. So if in your content process it happens that you have a subtask that needs some second layer, some child subtask that needs the whole, hey, this is in process, for example, because you need to build some graphics or something like that just takes longer, or you needed to get it approved because you're working with the VA, whatever it is, you can combine tasks with checklists in your subtasks. So you can do both because they're always there.
Okay, that really helps me. I hadn't wrapped my mind around what the pros and cons of each approach are. So obviously a checklist is going to be a lot more simple. And for the way that this workflow goes, I don't need to have statuses attached to each of the steps of this. They're either done or they're not done.
Perfect.
It's just
that's pretty much it. Is it done or is it not done? That's your checklist right there.
Okay.
That's
a checklist.
Apparently Eric feels just like I do. I'm like, I don't understand field hockey either, although I played it intensively in my country, but I have he's supporting other live streamers. But yeah, it's like every time we watch a live stream, it doesn't even matter what you were talking about. It's like, okay, right. How is she doing this? Where is she? How? Yeah. And for me, I was working and I had you running behind the scenes. So I'm like, yeah, perfect.
Listening to my dulcet tones. That's wonderful. Yeah. Well, it looks like I have most of these all into checklists. So it was just that very first task that I didn't have correct. And
or just not updated yet. I'm like, we've been working on that, and we had so many things going on in office hours, kind of like ordering plane tickets and buying tickets to people in video.
Exactly. And so the wonderful thing, though, Evie, that we're doing this right now is that the Olympics, well, they've already started for a lot of people, but the Olympic hockey matches start for me tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. So All of the matches. So this is the first women's match that happens in the Olympics on July 24th. And so this is part of the first 8 games. So I need to get all 76 matches in here by tomorrow. Well, I don't have to, but it would really help my life if I did that. So this is perfect timing. We're not doing it all now, but so what I'm interested in specifically is, so what you taught me how to do with this clip is that the progress. Okay, so we have progress stages, but you said that's not how we're going to move your tasks through the board. We're not going to move them from to do to waiting internal to waiting external to complete. No, friends. You had me create a custom field. So
go over, it's visually a little bit easier. Go over to the list view.
Okay. Oh, list view. Yeah.
And what I did with Keely's setup to make all the things happen that she needs. As you can see in the list view, we see the task in itself. So the match that's happening as the task name in there. We have it as the assignee. You have the due date there. That's all fine. But we also set up those stages. If you've been around my channel, you know I've always preached status versus stages. Status is what you already have automatically. You can see it on top, group by status right now. That is the what's actively happening with your task. Meaning, especially when you're working with a team, when you have projects that are going on where you're working overtime through it, videos need to be added, graphics need to be built. You want your statuses to know what's actively happening on the task. And Keely is using my standard statuses, which is a personal choice of to do in progress, waiting internally, meaning I need to make a decision, something internal in the company is getting stuck on this task. Waiting external, meaning often enough we use that when a client is involved. Does the client need to make a decision? Do we need to get an approval? And then done. So that is the piece of what's actively happening with your task. Now with Keely though, we have those clips. So we set up a drop-down custom field that she called clip stages, where what is that specific clip going through? So you need to record it, you need to analyze it, you need to make the actual clip, you need to upload it. Let me get out of the way. Add it to the library in the email Dropbox, all of that information based on her workflow and that she needs in there. Now then Keely came to me and is like, yeah, but I don't care if somebody is working on it or not. And she likes board view. So we went over to board view and we did the group by custom field and chose the clip stages. So now Keely easily can see that the match on July 24th needs to be recorded. We need to get you need to get the recording. It needs to be then analyzed, and she can move through these stages without losing the capability of knowing exactly, okay, is this being done or is this not being done, and still be able to track all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the next piece of that puzzle that is going to be helped along by having this kind of structure is that when I bring in the people who are helping me out, Kat, I will be able to assign them to certain stages and certain matches that are certain match tasks that they've taken on, and I'll be able to track where it is according to what they've done. And when for example, if Kat is going to analyze the Argentina-Germany match that I have listed there, then when Kat has clicked done somehow or completed, I'd like to have that then move into the next stage. And then I get a notification, through ClickUp that this is now ready for the next person, or it bounces back to me to go into the next stage of the match production. So.
Okay, so you have your actual manual workflow pretty much down here. You're fine on the setup?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
So we are looking into automation now. Now, help me, there was a lot of going on. walk me through again. You mentioned assigning Kat to it when she is done moving it. Walk me through one more time that automation and what you would like to have happen.
Okay, so what I would like to have happen is when the task record and download is complete, I want to be able to check that off, and when all the checklists underneath have been completed, then the clip stage changes to analyze, which
Okay.
then would move this match into this column. Okay, we don't even have to worry about assignees right now because I don't have anybody else set up. But I know that once you teach me how to do this, I'll be able to integrate assignees and have all that. Or maybe that'll be our next ClickUp with Bubbly when I'm able to partake in that.
When you are not doing the whole,
When I'm not
yeah.
fasting.
So we have one little trouble with that because we do
Okay.
not have a trigger that says when one subtask is closed. We only have all subtasks closed.
Okay.
To automate it that way. We can follow up the automation by Kat moving it into analyze. So what a potential of automating this is, so if Kat works through, if you scroll up,
Yeah.
in this specific example, we are on the first subtask. What is that, the record one?
Yes.
Can you scroll down? Oh, yeah, I said scroll up. Can you scroll down to
Yeah.
the first subtask? So I actually say, there we go. So let's say Kat is the one that's going to be taking care of record and download. The moment within this workflow, what I probably would do is have a subtask in you, or have a checklist in there, literally have a checklist item in there that says now move the task to analyze, and literally the only move to clip stage analyze, or whatever you want to tell that, say bloop, call that checklist. That she knows, okay, that's the last thing. Cool, done. She can either way, right here in the task, go up, scroll.
She'd have to come to the main task and change it here, right?
Because the clip stage is, yeah, because we're doing all of that in the main one. The easiest would be literally just closing it and moving it in the in there and moving it over to analyze, and the move into analyze into that stage would be the trigger of an automation. Now, let me think for just a second if we can trigger this somehow else. So theoretically, there's a couple workarounds that we could also do. We could add a custom field specifically just for the subtasks. Oh, that we could do this workaround. So we can do this automation and trigger it based on her moving it from record to analyze, and that analyze custom stage is what would trigger the next automation to assigning you, changing due dates, whatever needs to happen in there.
Okay.
The other thing we could do is having a custom field specifically just for this movement, meaning we are using different wording in there, we are using a complete different custom field, and she can stay in the subtask and just say, move this. That we could do that too. I'm just thinking about what other workarounds we potentially could do for that.
One of the things that you mentioned when we were talking last week was potentially only having the first task, or that first checklist. And so when this was actually complete, it would...
Thank you.
New template. There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you. Blah. This is what happens when you have so many workarounds and then you start the show with tech issues and you forget about it. But luckily, your guest knows them. So one thing, what Keely is talking about, what's possible when you look at all of the subtasks. ClickUp doesn't make a difference between subtasks and tasks necessarily with automations. That's our issue right now. Now, because she has set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different subtasks underneath, a few more underneath here.
7 or 8.
What can be done is, so when task is created, meaning Keely sets up a task with the next match, then apply a template, which applies the first record and download subtask to this. So what you do with that is you build a task out only with the record and download subtask in it.
Okay.
You use that as your record and download task template.
Okay.
Then the automation is when new task is created, apply template, record, and download, which then would bring in the record and download tasks, assign everything to Kat, and get that piece done.
Okay.
The next automation would then be when all subtasks are resolved. Is that what it's called? Let me check that I'm using the right language. Yes, the automation is called all subtasks resolved. So when all subtasks are resolved, apply this template, and you are adding the next subtask template. Again, just the next step. And you are applying that, and you are changing, doing whatever needs to be done at that point.
So, okay. So what I should do now is actually create something like this, new match, and then we're going to add just the subtasks. And so should they be subtasks, or should this be a checklist?
Do me a favor, just delete this out.
Oh.
We are making your life easier.
Okay.
Just delete that whole task. Duplicate one of those.
Oh, I didn't have to do it that way. I could. There.
Yep, that's the one. Duplicate that. Call it record and download. And just duplicate the whole thing. We'll clean it up. Okay, now let's go into record and download. You delete everything else other than the record and download. And literally delete them. Don't even archive them, delete them. That's the one few times you get to delete stuff.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you about all the other times I delete things.
Only delete if you really want to delete. If there's a potential you need to get it back, just archive it.
Okay. So now I just have this one task.
You save
which has
that.
Two, actually 3. Yeah.
Cool. Now, your 3 dots, save as template. Go straight in the task. I don't even know if it's in that menu. But
yeah, it's obviously not.
Template center.
There it is. Template
Save as template. What I often do is I do square bracket, T square bracket for template.
Right.
And then record and download. That way you know exactly it's the subtask of record and download.
All members. That looks good.
Cool.
Okay.
So now let's jump into the automation. This is the first piece of the automation.
Okay.
And I love that our ladies are chatting in the chat. We will be coming back around to the chat too. I see you. I see you.
Yes.
Yes, get out of there.
Okay.
And if you can move yourself a little bit down because you are fancy pants coming in with eCam virtual cam, just come a little bit closer to me.
Hey, friend.
There we hi. Oh, that close. I didn't know
Is that too close? Come on, we're going to be roommates in October. So.
That way. I always go yeah.
Oh, that was too close.
we actually get to bunk bed. Okay, so what we did now is we got the first step of this automation ready. So let's go into automate. And one of the things that's happening here, I want this automation to just run in that specific list. We are in list as in this. Can you open up your sidebar for a second so I'm making more sense?
Yeah.
So this automation, if you are in your folder and you are setting up, you girls are having too much fun in the comment section.
Stop looking in the comments.
We are too close. Yes, we have been busy, but that's the one I pulled up. I was like, yeah, no, we are getting closer than 6 feet. Okay, back to topic. If you are in the folder doing this automation will run for every single list in the folder. We don't want to do that. I only want this automation to run for the clip library because that's the only process we want to automate. So Keely is already in the right space. Make sure about that when you are setting up automations. Now with that, now that I said that, head on up to the automation place.
Okay. Is this the automation place?
Click on the bot face.
Click on bot face.
Click on bot face. We are adding an automation.
Okay.
When when task is created. This is the first step. So when task is created, then apply template. What is the actual? Just type in template. Yeah, apply template. Choose your. I need to get out of the way so people actually see what we're talking about. Correct. Use that template. And you also can add action. Which custom field would that be? So in, the custom fields that we set up for you.
Yes.
So
it
custom
would be
field.
The clip stage.
So you're looking for
custom.
set custom field to the value. Find your clip stage.
Value to record, right?
And create. So now every time you create a task in here, this first step, this first subtask, the record and download, gets applied and the custom field is being reset to record.
This is exciting.
Okay, so before we go into the next, let me catch up with our girls that are having way too much fun in the comment section.
What's going on?
I love that Laura gave, was it Laura? Where is it? I have too many comments right here. Hold on, there we go. I love that Laura gave us a shout out to also like the video. Give it a thumbs up so YouTube likes me again. We got all of your fangirls in here today.
Yep. Kat is the best. And she's also, this is great. I'm almost kind of starting to train her at the same time as she's watching this. She doesn't know it, but that's what's happening.
And yes, delegating is pretty much the goal of all we do. Everything we are doing is with thinking about delegating things sooner or later, because that's the goal, right?
Exactly. So yeah, even though I'm not going to be ready to jump right into this right away, and I'm going to have to bring in Kat and Simon and Jen and a few other people as I go, having the structure there to make it possible for this is really important to me, because I don't want to recreate the wheel in 3 months time or 6 months time or whatever.
You want to hear a good and a bad story? I'm bringing on a new social media manager, and I didn't have all of my assets down. Where are my graphics? What's the voice and tone of Ask Evie? What's my brand? What's my... Yeah, exactly. I'm as guilty as everybody else. There is a reason I am preaching this stuff, because I'm paying the dues for it.
Yes.
I have
No,
it all,
I
don't get me
understand.
wrong, but I did not have one specific spot where all of that is together.
Yes.
Yep.
Standard operating procedure manual, of which I have nothing. Okay, so am I creating this automation? Do I get to create an automation?
That is actually a new automation. So if you hit the create automation button, you are
Oh.
creating a new automation.
Oh, okay. So it's already created. Okay.
It's already created. It's already done. When you are hovering over the when task created, then apply a template and set custom filled clips. When you are hovering over that, you will see you can add a description to this too. So you can give yourself a little idea of what's actually happening. And while you're doing that, yes, Laura, tech has come a long way since, we definitely, this whole corona thing, COVID thing, has definitely evolved our technology. Really cool. And I love, Kat is totally nodding out. She's like, oh my God, I get to see all of the things.
I bring all the nerds to the yard. My milkshake brings all the nerds to the
Keep
yard.
bringing
That's what
them.
I do.
And Ellen, go piece by piece. Really just go piece by piece, step by step. Keely, you've been in my office hours for how long now? It's been a while. We've been nodding out. Don't get
Yes.
overwhelmed. Just get it piece by piece.
Yeah.
And yes, Laura, we've been playing around with a whole bunch of things, which is one of the reasons why I have the whole content thing going on my YouTube channel right now, because there's so many things that have changed.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can give a little word of advice to Ellen, or a suggestion of something to try, this is what has worked for me, Ellen, in trying to learn ClickUp, is to actually do it. So setting up like a little practice area, and if you're in office hours with Evie, you're watching one of her videos, one of her many videos there on YouTube that are so helpful. Try going through the steps as she's talking about them, and she's showing you what to do yourself. I'm a very tactile doer kind of learner, and that means that it makes sense to me. And just listening is okay, but it's not going to penetrate the old brain neurons the same way as if you do it at the same time. That
was a big thing that you guys taught me actually in the office hour, because I am such a let me do this for you person. I am so much, and I'm like, no, I just need to step away. They need to do it. I'm preaching it. I'm like, you need to do it to learn it. Yet when I'm showing something, I'm like, let me do that for you. And like, yeah, no.
Let me fly, Evie. Let me leave the nest.
Like, Kat is celebrating. I'm like, yep, it's a big deal when Keely actually wants to delegate something. Girl, I feel ya. I know exactly.
That's a little bit of shade in that compliment too, because she knows I'm terrible at it.
No, because it's not easy letting go of your baby. We know that. It's not easy letting go of your baby. And Ellen just watched the replay with India.
Oh, did she? Good.
Oh,
you guys did such a good job on that one. I really, if there's anybody else who comes through on the replay or is watching this live and they're like, why is Keely doing this? And why are we at this stage? I really do recommend going back to that first, because it was very much a setting up ClickUp for the first time.
Yep.
And it really, it was amazing. Analyze.
I love your cat. She's like, I'm getting all the feels today.
Yeah,
I'm getting all
she's good. Did you know, obviously you don't know this because I'm about to tell you, but Kat is South African with some Portuguese descent, living in America. And she's going over to, is it the Netherlands, Kat? I think you're going over to the Netherlands next year, after you go back to South Africa for a while. She's amazing.
Yes, Keely is amazing. So, last but not least, Loa, I think you are talking about Ladies' Night. Ladies' Night are coming back. India is bringing back Ladies' Night. I am actually going to be on her live stream on, I think, August 21st. She is bringing back Ladies' Night. It's going to happen. So, make sure. Oh my God, Keely. Oh my God,
What?
before we are diving back in, oh my God, the man is in the house.
Wait.
Caliente. I need to get you the Caliente audio. Kelly sent me Doc's Caliente. I have it as audio. I need to send that to you. And this is what happens
he
when
saying
live streamer
Caliente?
visit live. It's his Caliente. It's his from a show. It's his Caliente. It's Doc Rock's voice.
You're sharing that with me, right?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
And yes, you were right. There's a whole bunch of flags in there. I thought I have a lot of flags in my stuff, but girl. Okay. Back to schedule. Doc, what are you drinking? Are you drinking water or drinking coffee? Because you are coming in late, so you're going to have to tell me. No? There's a whole bunch of Dutch happening in our audience today, at least language-wise. So, with that, what just happened?
What just happened? Well, you were talking amongst yourself. So I decided to create the next step in the tasks. So I created the analyze, started creating the analyze template.
You built that, which meant it now okay, got it.
So what it did is it created all of the
turn the automation off for right now,
record
please.
and download. Oh, that's a smart idea, because I was about to say, oh, maybe I should
just turn it off for now.
What?
You know what's gonna happen. So we got that automation ready. So just turn it off. And Doc, I would never blame Katie because she's putting up with you. Just saying. But happy you were here right after the ECAM meeting. Good job.
And she's Canadian, so you never blame Canada. Ever.
Remind me, total off topic, remind me I need to send you a video that Stephanie Lowe shot of Amanda Robbins with, Canada, get down from there. I need to post that video. It is freaking hilarious. Just saying. Canada and yeah. But we never blame Canada.
Oh.
I am totally all over the place today. Call me Doc. Yes.
Nope.
So what we are... And now I'm losing my headset too. What we are doing now is... What did you do with that task? How does that task look like?
So I'm creating the analyze task.
Okay. How does that analyze task look like right now?
It looks like it's got all of this. I've got to delete all these other steps, which is the only time I'm allowed to delete things.
She's learning fast.
I'm a very good learner, and I'm here to reaffirm the lessons that which you are imparting on all of us. Okay, so I've deleted all those.
I love that Doc and Ecamm were using ClickUp.
Are they? Is it like Ecamm's using ClickUp as well?
Katie is using Ecamm a lot, but Ecamm as its whole, I'm working on that.
Okay, so I've got my checklist of analysis. I've changed verb tense, but we're gonna work with it for now. Let's not get all fussy. Don't get it twisted. So I've got my three. Not you, me. I'm like resisting the urge to copy edit my stuff. So I've got my 3 steps that I take as a checklist under analysis. Now, what do I want this, what clip stage do I want analysis to be? Do I want it to be?
No, hold, no. You are saving this now, please, as a template.
Okay.
We are doing the same thing over again because we are not setting a stage. We are changing the main task stage so that everything stays for the stage in the main task. Having said that, template center, save as template, square bracket T. Oh my God. Well, she is saving all of that. That is awesome. So Laura's baby girl is an ice skater.
Nice.
I always admired that. I do not have the conviction to stay through the training. I love watching everybody. I would love to be able to do it. Okay.
And if you want to hear all of the ironies, my dad and my mom moved over from England because my dad wanted us to be Canadian and just to be as Canadian as possible. And instead of me growing up to be an ice hockey player, I grew up to be a field hockey player, which is a big sport in England. And my dad's just like, what do I have to do here? I'm like, sorry, Dad, it's obviously in my blood.
Yep.
Okay.
So
now I've created my template.
We are going back to automate. And again, as I said before, make sure you are in the list because we only want this automation to run in the list. You are adding an automation. When...
Yes.
Ooh.
We're back to the task being done, right?
The thing that I just went into is if we are using the trigger when all subtasks are resolved, it's going to trigger every time you resolve a subtask. So that will work fine for the first piece, but not for the second time.
Oh.
Because we have multiple different stages for that.
Right.
Ooh,
and we can't just isolate.
Hold on. Okay, so yes, when all subtasks are resolved, we're choosing that, all subtasks are resolved. Add a condition.
Yes. Now we're getting into it. If status
okay, who of your girls is behind the scenes and commenting as you? Because that was not you. And hi, Jen. When did you have a second to actually comment? Which custom field are we going to need?
Clip stages.
Yes, and which one?
When clip stages record, so as long as the clip stages record and the subtasks are resolved, we are then going to...
What are we doing?
Creating a task.
Nope.
Oops. We're applying a template.
Yep.
I forgot what we did. And it's going to be analyze. And I'm going to use that template. And we need to change the custom field of the clip stage to analyze. Right?
Create.
This is so much fun.
You can. Now, there is two ways of dealing with assignees. And I mean this in the best way possible. You can assign tasks already in the template if that's what you want to do. So when you set up your template, the analyze template, the record and download template, whatever it is, assign it there, or you can assign it in the automation. So it's both got its good and its bad. So theoretically, you could go in here and make another step of assign to a specific person in the automation.
Okay.
So then add action, change assignee to whatever.
Right.
You can add that in here. And that would be something that when you're working with a bigger team, when Kat is in there, it's there for you too. I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you. Yeah,
so
that's
just
very helpful.
Hit the trash bin on that. We are fine. Turn off the automation, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, no, because we are not resolving
Do we want to test it?
We can test it. Turn both on. Let me get all the way down in the corner. We are putting baby in the corner. And I want to know, does my audience get that reference? Don't put baby in the corner. You get to give the answer. I want to know, guys. We have people watching. I know you're watching. Tell me, are you getting that movie reference? I only get a few movie reference. There is not many I actually get. This one I get because I watched the movie about 10,000 different times. Okay, so let's get out. Do you want to add a description to the second automation?
No, we'll leave it for now.
So, add a new task. Ooh, let's have some fun with that.
Yes.
Just add it. X out of there, please.
Okay.
Click the new task button under Analyze, please. And do something and save it. Name it whatever. And just save it.
Oops.
And by the way, guys, I wouldn't do what she just did. Just use a test task so that you easily can search for the word test and you always can find it. It's just
There.
to be able to clean it up later on. Did you just see what just happened?
It disappeared.
Where did it disappear to?
I don't know.
Scroll down on your record.
Why did it go there?
What did we do in the first automation?
When a new task is created, put it in test. Okay.
Your first automation is apply a template and set the custom field to record. So
Right.
no matter where in this list you are creating a task, it will automatically get moved into Analyze. Because it's the first task that's created into record. My bad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
No matter where in these stages, in whichever box, in whichever Kanban view, wherever there, Keely creates a task, it's a foolproof. It will get moved into record because it's a fresh task. We are just starting out. It's not going anywhere. We need to record the whole thing.
Right.
Because we set the custom stage to record, which is why it moved over into record, even though you put it into Analyze.
Right. I get it.
Now go into your test task.
Okay.
And by the way, shout out to ClickUp. Thank you for speeding up the automations and not making me look weird on a live show. Thank you. They have been working a lot. They have been really, really working a lot. Oh, by the way, whoever is sitting around, did you guys see the public announcement that Zep made on all the things they're doing internally and externally to fix everything, including team management and all of it? Just saying. He did really good on that public letter.
Good to hear.
Now, let's resolve that subtask. Just click it and change it to complete. Yep, we are resolving all of them. And just close the thing. And while Automation Bot is doing its thing, so apparently we need to send Kat to watch TV, but I'm also curious. I don't want to publicly ask how old you are, but I'm curious because you might be too young to actually know that movie.
She just had a birthday and she's still too young to know. Trust me. She is extremely gorgeously young.
Oh, back in the day when I was still young. Yeah. Jen got it too. And no, you would never get roasted for that. When the movie came out, I think when I was born. That was a 1980s movie.
Right.
I think it was actually released in 1982. Which is my birthday.
Now who's Googling? Who's Googling that?
I'm looking up where I'm like, oh, nope, it was 87.
Oh, yeah, 87.
It came out 87, and I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea how often I actually watched it. Girl, 24. I was 24 when I moved to the States. And it's been a while.
I don't remember what 24 was like, just saying.
Oh, 24 was chaos. Pure chaos, at least for me.
I can only imagine for you. You'd be crazy. Okay,
I moved
so...
to the States.
Yeah. New girl
Sweet.
in country.
We need to turn off at least the first automation.
Okay. Did this work though? Because
Oh.
test should be over here now and have the automation
should.
applied, right?
Now the question is, why didn't it? Am I in your space actually? And we didn't look into your usage before that.
Like how many automations I have?
Now, how many usage of automation got run? So, go into active automations, please. So scroll up. We have. Why is it cutting off half of your screen?
Probably just because I have a small.
There we go.
So I'm trying to make it visible. Yeah.
So we got 51 running.
I've only committed 51 actions out of 10,000. So I've
We'll
got
check-
some room to play.
We'll check in the automation. So Kat, yes, it's always cool to ask, but I'm gonna have fun with that. Laura, no, it's not Russian. You girls can keep guessing in the comment section, and I'm coming back around to that. So bring it on. I'm always having fun with that.
You actually said it out loud.
Did I?
Didn't you? Didn't you
I don't
say?
know.
Or maybe you just said you moved to the U.S. and you didn't.
Yeah,
say,
I think I just
thought you
said I
the
moved
country.
to the yes. So keep bringing it on. Let's keep guessing. So let's open up the test task one more time. Let's troubleshoot why this is not triggering. Let's check this out. Okay.
Oh,
so
the clip says analyze, and it has the correct
just
items.
refresh your board,
Oh,
and now it
then
moved. So we had a little time delay in there or something.
Okay.
And it worked. Awesome. So that much works. While we are setting up the next one, no, it's not French. No, it's not Canada.
No,
now-
I'm Canadian, Laura.
Let's turn off the first piece of that automation so we don't keep adding stuff to that.
Okay.
Do you want to add you can add description later on too.
Yeah.
Now what we are doing
Okay.
now? What are we doing now? And
Well-
not French, Canadian, American. I am a full blood of where I'm from. But we do learn British English in school, so that's where the accent is also coming from. Okay, Keely, what's the next step?
The next step is, oh, wait, I forgot what the next step is. Clipping. Clipping. I can't wait
Between
to
rush
learn
and check,
keyboard
you
shortcut.
girls are close. You are not too far off. Did you clean up your task though? Oh yeah, you're duplicating right now?
Yeah, I was just duplicating, and now I'm going to clean it up. Do, 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 do.
While she's cleaning
So
up,
I'm
it's-
interested to hear if the people who are watching are following what's happening. Now that I'm on the third iteration of this, the third stage, is this making sense to y'all? Because it's making lots of sense to me, but I'm doing it. Okay, clipping is correct. Okay. Right, save as template. And everybody, was that there too? Oh yeah, I just had it cut off before. Import everything, save.
I'm just
Okay,
letting you do
and-
right now. If you get stuck, you let me know. And no, it's not South Africa. It's not New Zealand. You were really close with the whole Czech-Russian area. So you were in that right area. Okay, so what do we need now when this happens? What are those 2 data points that tell us this needs to happen now?
Subtasks are resolved. For a match that is in the, oops, I need the correct, a match that is in the clip stage equal to analyze. Okay. So when all the subtasks are resolved for a clip that is in analyze, then, is that enough? Did I forget any step?
Nope.
Okay.
What are we doing then? What are we doing then? As I'm losing my tongue.
We're applying a template, and we are applying the clipping template. Oops, not that one. Wait. I applied the wrong template.
And just X out or go back top left.
Right, I want this one. And I'm going to use this template. So I'm going to apply the clipping template. I am going to also change I'm going to set the custom field of clip stages. And I'm going to set this custom field to, oops, no, I was in the right part, to clip. And so in here as well, in addition to adding assignees, I can do fun things like add due dates and that sort of thing, right?
Yes, if it makes sense with the workflow you're doing, yes.
Okay. Did I miss any steps in here? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Not as your workflow right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this all looks matchy-matchy. Cool. So am I going to test all of them together? I just want to test every layer because it's cool.
You
Okay,
can
so
test
I'm
every
going-
layer, but we pretty much have seen that it works fine. So
Say that, and yet I still want to do it.
you're welcome to test. Double check, triple check, quadruple check. Go for it.
Command enter, right. Ooh, so it put it in empty first, and then it moved it over. Okay, so test 2 is ready to go, record and download, so I'm gonna mark this as complete. I'm gonna resolve all the items like a boss. Ooh, and it even actually did it right when I was watching. So, for all of us playing at home, the clip stage got moved to analyze, and now I have my analysis checklists. Okay. But is this going to hold the phone? Because I don't have any subtasks to resolve in this template. I only have a checklist.
Then we need to change the trigger from
Change the
all
auto.
subtasks resolved to all checklists resolved.
You see, it was a really good thing that we tested it.
Yes, way to show me off.
No, it's just a collaborative process. That's what I mean.
Kat is
Okay.
getting really close with figuring out where I'm from.
Man, this is a super.
I am surprised that nobody jumped on just looking for Ask Evie because I'm pretty much mentioning it on every piece of my content kind of thing.
And to be fair, your accent is very deceptive. It is not. Because I know people from many areas of the world, and I'm pretty good at picking out accents, and I know quite a few people from your area of the world, and
If you would hear
don't
my
sound like them.
mom, oh my god, it would be painful.
Yeah?
My mom's accent is quite interesting. Yes.
All checklists resolved. Oh, and I have to re-add the condition. Oh, because it's attached. Okay. So I'm having to come back because I changed which triggering event it is. I'm having to go back to establishing my condition. Yes. Custom field. Okay, so when all checklists is resolved, boom. And actually, this is going to be the same way. I need to clear out my templates already.
Welcome to
Think
my
my
life.
templates. Yeah, right? And you and I have talked about this because I've mentioned how I wish that there was just a template area that I could go into. And I could, instead of having to create a task and then go into all that stuff. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
James just made it here too.
Hi, James. Mr. Hicks did a really, really big, important live stream today that I was sort
Can
of
you-
eavesdropping on. It was very good.
Laura went and looked it up.
She did.
I love it.
Okay, so that is now to analyze. This should work too. Okay, so let's. Oh, look, test 2 went. Okay, so now I'm going to resolve all of my checklist underneath.
Look what already happened. ClickBot changed the clip stages from 2 on the right-hand side.
It did. Oh, but I think I accidentally did that. I'm gonna have to double check to make sure I didn't screw it up. And there it is. Now the test 2 match is now in the clipping stage. This is dope. This is exactly what I was looking for.
And
Yeah.
Jen just cleaned up her custom fields.
See, and that's how to do it while you're watching a stream like this, because you don't have to stare at the screen and listen to every single word we say, although we are amazing. You should go through and do things while this is all happening, and yeah, your learning is going to just be a lot more thorough. And there you go.
And we have
Yes.
James Hicks fans in the audience too.
Absolutely. Thanks for stopping by, James. James bought one of my shirts too. It's really nice.
The whole live stream community is nice.
It is, isn't it? It's an amazing group of people. Okay, so I think I have the absolute gist of this. This is very exciting. And this is going to make my Olympics so much more organized. And I have half a chance at keeping my brain together. Kat, let's see if I can do it. You should see this though. Okay, let me show you just what's happening. How do I collapse this? Oh, I go here. Okay. So this is what's happening in my social media as we're going through the Olympics. Okay. And that's just a couple of the components. I haven't programmed everything in there yet. So I have appointment sheets that I post every day, which umpires are doing what matches, so that people can go follow their favorite umpires. And also it's a bit of information for the fans who are interested in they're following their particular team, but they want to see who the umpires are going to be. And then I'm doing my daily live stream. So this hashtag Talking Tokyo is the daily live stream that I'm attempting. And yeah, it's just going to be craziness.
So you know what to do now from here on out?
I do.
And we did it all on a live show.
I know. That was excellent.
Next
That was
time we need to
really-
bring bubbles though.
But yeah, that was the big thing that was missing. I gotta say, my Olympics. Oh, Kat, you're busting me. My language is not good, is it?
What? It is. It's perfect.
Well, I don't own the Olympics, but I just know what my Olympic experience is going to be. It's going to be quite there. Yes, very important for me to be organized, Laura. It's quite a daunting thing, and especially because there are no days off during the Olympics. So the schedule is just absolutely jam-packed. The first week in particular is 8 games a day. And matches overlap. So while live matches are going, another live match will be there that I'm going to have to come back and watch on replay when the matches aren't actually being played.
You have fun with that.
I know, right?
I'll be sleeping.
You will be sleeping because I'm doing this overnight. Overnight, friends.
Do you want to stop screen sharing?
Sure.
Because then I can put you in big. Look at that. Hi.
No sleep for Olympics.
Yeah.
No sleep for Olympics. Yeah. The last time I did a tournament like this where there were tons of matches and there was a men's and women's side of the tournament, it was Commonwealth Games. Actually, Euros was pretty close too. Euros was tough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Euros was pretty bad because there were probably 6 to 8 games a day, and it was being held in the Netherlands. So it was 8 hours. I was 8 hours behind, so I was getting up for 2:30 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, that kind of thing, and then watching 8 games, and then talking to people, doing watch parties, answering questions, making posts. Yeah, it took me a week to recover. But I have holidays scheduled. That's the good news.
Holiday?
So don't worry.
Holidays?
Holidays. I know, right? What is a holiday? Yes.
Something to eat.
Yep. No, I'm taking 2.5 weeks actually, at the end of August. So.
Gee, that's the 2 weeks I'm gonna have to recoup and catch up for my NLP master prep. That'll be
Tell me about this. What is this NLP master prep you're doing?
So I did back in April neurolinguistic programming, which it's not even just neurolinguistic programming, it's also hypnotherapy, it's also coaching in general, as well as timeline therapy. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on all at the same time. I went in with the goal of having tools in my pocket to take care of myself, meaning dealing better with anxiety, personal growth, all of those things. So I had my goals for specific things for me to become better.
Okay.
Going through that, the initial practitioner training, it was also like, this also helps my clients. I can help them run their team better, understand their team better, place team better, do all the things and just all the things. So it's not just me internally, it's also me being better with my clients and helping them be better with their team.
Yeah.
Having said that, when I did that, I'm like, okay, I want to take this to the next level. There is still what I want to learn this and how that and how there. So the next step in this is the master practitioner, which is kind of like the VIP level. And the next level is the teacher's prac. I don't even know what it's called. At that point, I am allowed to teach other people doing NLP and all of those things. Right. So that's what's going to happen the first 2 weeks of August. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that sounds very, very fancy. Ellen is asking, when do I start all of this, Keely? And Ellen, it starts tomorrow. It starts in exactly 24 hours for me. So I'm going to be staying awake. Siri, I ain't talking to you. Put on my best doc there. So I'm going to stay up until probably 7:30, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to sleep. And then I'm going to get up for the Olympics. So nocturnal. And yes, Kat, I am a keen kayaker. Is it a word? I think so.
Maybe. I don't even know. I'm a stand-up paddleboard kind of go.
Have you seen pictures of my really cool kayak? It folds.
I don't think so. Oh, you have one of those folding ones? Yeah, I have the blow up stand-up paddleboard.
Okay.
So I got
it. All right.
Every single time.
Now Weber has a really interesting question.
Yes. I was like, arrived now delayed. I have a question. How do I organize other tasks that aren't social media tasks? Talk with clients, check comments, and I have an admin space for that where I put missed lists in there, missed tasks in there, which is just like kind of the standard, hey, do this and do that, where I dump all of those in as an admin list. Now, the other thing is with the whole talk with client, that could be piece of an onboarding process. So you might have your client as a folder and then have an onboarding list where all of the tasks that you need to do and when you need to do them. So to dwell deeper into this, it comes down to the actual process that you are trying to accomplish. But in general, just missed tasks where we are trying to do something that doesn't really have a space to go to. I just have missed admin task list that does all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting question for me too, because like Weber, because I'm new to all of this, one of the conscious decisions I made was just to find a discrete production or workflow that I could then set up in ClickUp and learn all the functions without being overwhelmed with how am I going to organize my whole business? Because man, if I tried to do that, it would have just, I would have been out into space there. So that really helped me bore down. So Weber, when you go back and watch the replay, you're going to see that Evie helps me set up a very distinct content creation workflow that I have in its own folder. Is it? Do I have that right? Is its own folder? Is its own
right
list?
now you have all of your clips in one list. We don't have a specific folder for that one yet.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
right, because
your
it's
main
all under the
structure is a little
content
bit a
creation
mess.
folder. Yeah. And so, yeah, so I have a content creation folder and one of the elements is clip library. And that's what we worked on. And I think that's really helpful because learning what I have today with Evie and from other times that we've worked together, now I've got ideas of ways that I would better organize those kind of miscellaneous tasks that Weber's talking about. Would I put them in an admin list? Would I put them in an admin folder? You know, that sort of thing. So I've got a better idea of what I'd want to do with that. So I totally recommend, I'm a big fan of starting small and discreet, and then you can build out from there. And you know where it is. You know, okay, when I'm working on the clip library, I know I'm in ClickUp.
Yep.
And then you just start moving everything else over as you go. So awesome. Absolutely awesome.
And yes, Laura, I start by asking people that I trust. I don't post it publicly. I don't just post it on Facebook because everybody just gives their opinion. I ask a handful of people that I trust of, hey, do you have a referral for an executive assistant or this or that? That's the best way to start and just get a headway on it, because let's be honest, trying to find a person and test and do and train and do more.
Yeah, exactly. And Laura, you're absolutely right. I don't need umpires for everything, but I really want umpires for everything. So even what I don't need that specific knowledge of what we're doing and what I'm teaching, understanding how the sport works, how officiating works is good, but I need to find that plus the set of skills that I'm looking for in actually, say, creating clips. And yeah, it's been challenging. It is difficult, but I want to build up umpiring education as an viable economic pursuit. Like, this isn't just so that I can make some money. I want everybody to learn that we can teach each other how to umpire better. And this is a value-based proposition that deserves support from the sport, that, you know, so I want to pay umpires to do this stuff because they have expertise that is valuable and should be compensated.
I never know which one that is. I have that one too, but I never know which one that is. And with that, do we have anything left in the comment section? We are all picky. We are all picky because we are working in our passion.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
There we
Absolutely.
go.
Yep.
And with that, thanks for everybody sticking around. I had a lot of fun today. Thanks for coming in. Always happy to have you.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Are you just gonna play your outro song and we'll just sit here and dance for it?
Yes, we will.
Yes. I love that
Actually,
song.
you want to dance on camera with that? We can dance on camera with that too if I can find my audio. Hold.
I clearly have no pride. So,
Everybody hold.
oh, Weber has a quick one before you
Okay.
go.
Have you created other statuses? No, that is status versus stages. Somebody found my button. Weber, this is my button.
I knew it.
Find the video on my channel that's called Status versus Stages. Or rewatch the live show. We talked about this in the beginning too in Keely's setup on why and how we are doing this. So you get two resources. Beginning of the video, I think like 1/3 in. We had some chat in the beginning. 1/3 in, we are talking about status versus stages. Or find the YouTube video called Status versus Stages where I'm explaining this of using statuses versus using custom fields. No, statuses are always active. And I'm only passionate about that. That's all why I'm like this.
That's all you're passionate about? I don't believe you.
Did you just call me? Did you really just call me out?
I called you out.
I
You're
love you too.
passionate about many things.
Yes, I am. Oh,
Caliente.
Oh, there it is.
I found him. I will send this to you, but
Caliente.
do.
we got him. With that,
so weird.
we are going to have a dance outro today, so you're not getting the regular outro. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I love that you stick around and had fun with us today. This was so much fun. This is why I said this is literally just a button of mine. This is why I'm so passionate. Yes. It has nothing to do with you. You can't know. You haven't been exposed to that yet. There is a reason to that. I'll explain everything of that in the video. I just get like that.
Caliente.
And with that, where is my music? We will be dancing and bye everybody.
Thanks for joining in.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot.